The rooster crowed once, then again, as the sun peeled gently over the quiet fields of Miryeong Village. A thin mist floated over the rice paddies, and the only other sound was the creak of a wooden floorboard as Jake Lee lowered himself onto his meditation cushion. He breathed in deeply through his nose and out through his mouth, the scent of pine and green tea lingering in the room like an old friend. He didn't need an alarm. He hadn't used one since his army days. Jake's mornings were always the same, by design. Precision brought clarity. Clarity brought peace. And peace, unlike ambition, could not be stolen. After 30 minutes of silent breathing, he stood and folded the mat with care. He brewed a small cup of nukcha, then carried it to his desk, a low wooden table he had crafted himself during college. His laptop sat squarely in the center, charging, light softly glowing. He logged on to the international forum he frequented, Humanity and Soul, a mix of philosophy, social theory, and debate threads, mostly anonymous, mostly civil. Last night, he had left a comment on a discussion titled, "Is fulfillment possible without social validation?" A sharp reply had come in around 3 a.m. Korean time. He recognized the username immediately, J. Nawaq. She always replied late, by his time. Her comments were fast, witty, layered. Irritatingly American, he had first thought, but undeniably clever. This one said, "You can sit on a mountain all you want, but if no one ever sees you, did you really matter? Even monks need someone to remember them." Jake sipped his tea. She was teasing him again. He typed slowly. "Mountain walker, truth does not require an audience. You confuse validation with meaning." Then, almost as an afterthought, "But perhaps you are right. Some people do need to be seen." He pressed send and waited. As he leaned back in his chair, Jake found his gaze drifting out the window. Beyond the wooden frame lay rows of young barley and persimmon trees waking in the soft morning light. This village, with its silence and solemn rhythm, had shaped him. He remembered running through these very fields as a child, his mother's laughter echoing faintly in his ears. His mother had passed away when he was 15, a loss that had hollowed something permanent inside him. His father, a stoic farmer of few words, had raised Jake the rest of the way. It was from him Jake had inherited his rigid sense of discipline, and, perhaps, his longing for a life anchored in simplicity. Los Angeles, California, 2:17 p.m. previous day. Jennifer Nowak had just exited the elevator of a boutique fitness center in West Hollywood, a water bottle swinging from her wrist like a designer handbag. Her post-Pilates glow was intentional. Her outfit was flawless, leggings that cost more than Jake's entire weekly budget, and a cropped top that hugged her waist at just the right angle. She looked down at her phone. A notification from Humanity and Soul lit up her screen. She grinned. "Mountain Walker," replied. "Finally," she murmured, walking out to the patio cafe beside the studio. She ordered a lavender oat latte and sat at a shaded table overlooking Sunset Boulevard. Jake, the Korean guy who typed like he was writing haikus in battle armor. She didn't know much about him, only what he let slip. That he had served in the army, that he lived in a small village, that he hated social media, that he read Marcus Aurelius for fun. Everything about him was the opposite of her world, and yet she couldn't stop thinking about their chats. Was it the contrast, the mystery, or was it the fact that in an ecosystem of superficial exchanges, Jake made her feel as if her thoughts had gravity? She stared out into the glimmering LA haze. Her life was a carousel of curated perfection, fashion shows, brunches, brand collabs, but something about Jake's deliberate, slow cadence of thought pulled her toward a different kind of rhythm. She tapped her fingers on her latte glass. Why was she smiling at her phone like a teenager? It was just a message, just words on a screen, and yet her chest was tight with anticipation every time his name popped up. New messages shouldn't feel like adrenaline, but this did. Back to Jake. After responding, Jake minimized the browser window and glanced at the photo frame on his desk, a black and white picture of his parents, taken over 30 years ago in front of the village's only church. His mother wore a simple hanbok, his father held a farming hoe with pride. His mother had passed away when he was 15. His father still worked the land, refusing to leave even after Jake had moved to Seoul. His father's words echoed in his mind. A man must build his life like a stone wall, one brick at a time, never rushing. Jake had taken those words literally. Discipline, order, no surprises. But lately, Jennifer was a surprise. He checked his inbox again. No reply yet. He told himself he didn't care. Then he checked again anyway. A faint smile touched the corner of his mouth. That restless flicker in his chest? Excitement, anticipation. He wasn't used to either. Back to Jennifer. Jennifer's best friend Tara arrived 10 minutes later, tossing her Chanel purse on the table. "You're glowing. Is it Pilates or Philosopher Boy again?" Jennifer shrugged. "I've seen enough. He's smart. He listens. And get this, he reads."